Senator Robert F. Kennedy, Democrat of New York, versus Senator Eugene J. McCarthy, Democrat of Minnesota, appearing in their first official confrontation on ABC News Issues and Answers, a special report. To moderate this joint appearance, ABC News anchorman Frank Reynolds.
Good evening. Tonight, two declared aspirants for the presidential nomination of the Democratic Party are in the same room before the same television cameras and radio microphones to engage in a discussion, or if you will, a debate on the issues, the problems, and the opportunities that confront the American people this year. This program comes at a significant, perhaps a critical time for both Senator Robert F. Kennedy of New York and Senator Eugene McCarthy of Minnesota. Next Tuesday, the Democratic voters of California, in their primary election, will express their preference. Both Senator Kennedy and Senator McCarthy are on the ballot in this state. Both have campaigned extensively and vigorously. They will be questioned tonight by ABC News correspondent Bob Clark and ABC News political editor Bill Lawrence. Bob Clark.
Senator McCarthy, the McCarthy for President Committee, your McCarthy for President Committee, has been running full-page ads in California papers in recent days saying that Senator Kennedy must bear part of the responsibility for the decision to intervene in Vietnam. And the implication seems to be that even though he's been a war critic for the past 3 years, he should be ruled out as president because of his participation in that decision in the Kennedy administration. Is that what you mean?
I don't think we said he should be ruled out at all, Bob. He has said he'd take some responsibility for it. The question is how much responsibility. I was talking more about the process. I said this is one of the things we ought to talk about, is the process by which decisions were made with reference to this war. Because one of our problems has been to find out, who decides and who's responsible and on what kind of evidence did we have this kind of escalation. I'd say that ad ran only one day, and that I had not seen it.
It also said that I intervened in the Dominican Republic.
That's
how
right.
did they get that?
Well, I think what they did, I wasn't
even in government at the time.
Well, you weren't out very long, but I don't want to fault you on that.
But it said it, and then it ran again today.
It ran only, we stopped it, it ran only, it may have run in 2 papers, but I don't think it ran twice.
Well, I saw it again this morning, and I was responsible for the Dominican Republic. I wasn't even in the government, and I criticized it.
Well, what I said was that this was a process that was involved in our going into Cuba, involved in our going into the Dominican Republic, and also into Vietnam, and that I wanted to talk about the process. But in any case, I had not seen the ad. When I saw it, I said, stop it, and they stopped it as soon as they could, which is not quite what happened to the voting record of McCarthy, which was distributed across the country, which is being mailed out in this state right now.
Is continuing? Would you like to respond to that, Senator?
I don't know to what he was referring to.
Well, I have it in my pocket.
Senator Kennedy, you did get very upset about that ad in a speech.
Well, I think he had some reasons. I got somewhat upset over what was said to be my voting record. But they were nice, and this guy, they took a picture of me when I was about 40 years old. I look young, and it's a good comparison. I'm young in spirit. I'm about that young.
But you used these words on Friday. You said the great crusade that began for the United States is now involved in a campaign to distort me and to stop me. Did you mean or did you feel at that time that Senator McCarthy was trying to distort you or stop you?
Well, it was distortion of the record, which I think Senator McCarthy just agreed to. It was a distortion of the record.